Okay, so I have decided to do a YouTube video for you guys to try and help capture the have to get to core value. And bear with me because I don't really know how to do YouTube video. But I was excited to try to get to explain it. And I'm going to try to do this in one take. And I thought one way to help convey what I feel like the whole purpose of that particular core value might be with a craft. Yes, craft. And you're wondering, what is she going to do with this old Blockbuster Express movie she never returned when Blockbuster still existed? Does it still exist? I don't know. So anyway, have to get to, for me, has been basically, it is about a shift in the way you approach your life, right? So life is like 50-50, right? 50% what happens to you and 50% how you react to it. And you can't do a whole lot necessarily. You can't really have much control about what happens to you. I mean, you can, but we're just going to say that for the most part, things are going to happen. But the 50% that you can do something about are your reactions to it. And as a wise friend said to me recently, if you're going to adopt a practice like yoga or, meditation or anything like that, it's something you need to do every day because, she says to me, Jamie, that's why they call it a practice. And I was like, yes, okay. So I think have to get to is a daily practice that can train your brain on how you react to what life hands you, right? So it's something you can do every day, right? You just change the one word in your language. I don't have to do this. I get to do this. I don't have an assignment to explain have to get to. I get to share the impact of that small shift in my language and how it's helped me, deal with myself. So, what I'm going to do for you is give you something that you can watch me attempt to make this craft in live action, as exciting as this is, because I thought it's really fun to have a physical representation of the whole perspective shift, right? So basically, say we take this DVD, Where the Wild Things Are. I don't recommend it. I hope nobody is going to be mad that I said that. It's a little disappointed in that movie. It's cool costumes, though. Anyhow, take some scissors. You're going to cut this thing up. And that's working. So that's exciting. Because I didn't think that was going to work. I'm not even sure I'm doing this right. We may have to cut up more than one movie. And basically what you're doing here is, while you're doing this craft, you can reflect. Right? Get it? Because you can see in there. Well, that's cool. On your life. And I might speed this part up because it's really exciting, I know, to watch someone do a craft in real time. I didn't think this through. I'll figure out how to edit and put this thing together. But what I'm going to do is tell you a story. You may need two because you're going to need one more piece of shiny thing. So I'm going to cut up a Netflix DVD that I never returned. No, wait, that's not it. This is it. And I'm going to cut that one up too. So that's pretty cool. Next one. Remember? Life happens what you can do about it. So we're going to cut this one up here. I'm going to try to make it about the same size as the others. And then if you stick around to the end, I'll have it even better surprise if you're not feeling terribly crafty. So anyway, you've got your 3 pieces. And so you can take these 3 pieces and you're going to put them into kind of a triangle shape and tape them together. All right, so shiny side in. I've chosen this craft because I like shiny things. And, you know, you should too. So, I don't know if this is how the lady that did it on the YouTube video that I watched decided to do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to tell you, you should go ahead and cut this side off so it's straight. You know, cut the little side off so that's a little straighter. Because, whoops. Taping to a round surface is not going to be easy. So I was at a concert recently, and I met this fella who was selling stuff, and he told me a great story, and I think it's relative, so I'm going to tell it to you. So you can't even see what I'm doing. This is super awesome. Okay, here we go. I'm taping this together. Anyway, I'm attempting to tape it together. I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. So, he told me a story that he had been really battling depression, right? And so, it'd been months, and he didn't really know what to do about it, and he said it was really bizarre. You know, he couldn't even, he just felt like everything was numb, everything was gray, and, he just couldn't really seem to enjoy things anymore. And so he goes to some concert, probably a different concert. Maybe it was the same band. I wouldn't be surprised. They're my new favorite band. We're not going to talk about them though. And found this man selling this particular product. And when he picked it up and he looked through it, all of a sudden, he could see color again, and it blew his mind. It was like a trigger that simply because he tricked his brain into looking at things differently, the same things he looked at every day, but now his brain saw them just a little differently, it released something for him, and it triggered color again, and all of a sudden it just changed his whole perspective, and he became obsessed with kaleidoscopes. And so after that, after he looked at this kaleidoscope and suddenly everything went from gray to color, he made it his mission that he was going to get really good at that, and he was going to make these for other people because he wanted to help people see things that are there that they just simply can't see right now, right? You know, so I bought one from him because it's a great story, and he was super positive. And now I'm also obsessed with kaleidoscopes, and I thought, as far as have to get to goes, change the way you look at stuff, right? Like, if you're having a hard time figuring out what you like about your life or how things look, it's probably because everything just seems like it's a burden, and it's a job, and it's a chore. And I think that is kind of the coolest part about have to get to, is that in a little way, and it takes a long time, I'm looking for things to stuff in the tube. This is, thanks, Angel. But a little bit over time, if you practice it every day, it took me like a year of saying things differently to find out that you can, that before your brain is trained, right? And I'm still working on it. I mean, this submission is totally late because I couldn't come up. I felt like it was something I had to do. Maria called me out, and she was totally right. And it's not. It's something I totally get to do. I get to try to share this with you guys. You guys get to watch a 10-minute YouTube video. I mean, it might be 12 minutes because I think it's 10 minutes right now, unless I edit it. And so if you train your brain a little bit every day, there will come a time when you find yourself saying, oh man, I have to go do this, and it sounds weird. And I think that's kind of it was a bit of a aha moment for me, where it sounded great. And I was like, okay, this is cool. When it's harder to see life as a have to, then you start to train your brain. So when those big things do happen, when something really does knock you down, you're, I think, a little bit more prepared to find your way out of it. So there you go. Anyway, I think having a kaleidoscope around is a great way to remind yourself of what that looks like, especially if you're having days where it's really hard to see the beauty in things. And so what you're going to want to do is you tape those CD pieces together. You make them into a triangle-ish shape, because, I mean, it's not going to look worse than that. And then you stuff it into, get you a toilet paper roll or something, and you stuff it in there, right? And then because if you cut it like I did, it's a little too big to fit in there, it's going to slide around. Get something else, stuffing from your dog's toy that she just demolished. Find some more stuffing under the table because you didn't prepare really well, and stuff things around it so that it doesn't move around. Anyway, I stuffed it in there. Now you got a triangle inside a circle. And then what you need to do to finish this little sucker up is you need a lens on one end, because it'll help with the perspective of whatever it is you're looking at. So I looked around. Glass marble is what this guy named Leaf used, and it is super cool. If there was a way for me to get you to look through it at me. Look how cool I look, right? What? Kaleidoscope vision. This is such an amazing video. I hope you guys are having a great time. So that's how different things can look. And here's your own personal kaleidoscope. So right now, if you look through this thing, you can see it's already starting to work. And in fact, this is called a kaleidoscope. I learned that on the internet today. T-E-L, because you don't have like the sparkly things in the end. It's what you look at is reflected back at you, whatever you point it at. I think that's the cool part of this. So, the best thing is some sort of concave lens, like the marble. I thought maybe this shot glass might work. I encourage you to be creative. It didn't work that well. So cut out the bottom of a piece of plastic cup like this one, or, something else a little bit smaller. Like maybe a mini liquor bottle. I don't know why I'm on an alcohol trip right now. Oh no, or what I was going to do, also that I found in my fridge, was this egg carton. And so I'll see if that works. And I think it will. So you cut that out. Plop that into the end of your kaleidoscope. Right? Don't break the last egg in the box. You stick that on one end. Tape the sucker down. Do this. Find a 5-year-old, because they're going to be way better at this than you, and get them to do this with you, right? And then you'll have a cool kaleidoscope, and you'll be like that cool aunt or mom or dad or friend or whatever that does cool crafts with kids. Anyway, so there you go. That's on the end there. And then all you need on this end is something else that's a little bit round, like maybe the end of the CD thing. So you have a peephole. So I'm going to just go ahead and tape that sucker on there, because this is a 15-minute exciting video. I wonder if I can edit it and go into chipmunk voice. You found it entertaining, and that you get to make yourself a kaleidoscope and have something shiny hanging out. So keep you practicing it every day. Thanks.